Online Marketing Chapter 3 from the Digital Marketing Strategy textbook. So the different things that we talk about in Chapter 3 are business models, our global strategy, brand, vision, culture, the importance of innovation, the importance of research and insight, and KPIs, which are key performance indicators. So first we'll talk a little bit about business models in marketing. And we need to make sure that our digital strategy, just like any marketing strategy, fits into the business model of our company. So three common business models that this book talks about are mass market business to customer, niche business to customer, and business to business. So mass market business to customer is for businesses who sell products that appeal to a broad range of customers. These are the kind of products where TV marketing, advertising, radio marketing, billboards, in-store displays, and digital marketing can all work very well for. Niche business to customer model is a direct to customer business where we're looking at our targeted marketing. So we specialize in a certain product. We talk about people with disabilities in the textbooks. Maybe someone who needs hearing aids. So we want to make sure that any kind of marketing we're doing, instead of doing to a broad population, we're marketing to the specific population who is interested in our particular product. And then business to business. So this is an example of when retailers buy from wholesalers. So one business is buying from another business. Sometimes this can become a supplier relationship, but there is a difference between the business to business model and the supplier relationship and how we build those relationships. Our business to business model isn't built by advertising. This is something that's built by creating relationships, and so using a CRM or a customer relationship resource management system where we can keep track of our interactions with them and any complaints that they might have, etc. These are some other examples of business models that weren't covered. Such as the three in the middle where we have the business to consumer, business to business. Then we have consumer to consumer, consumer to business, government to business, business to government. So how these different organizations relate to each other. Another business model that the textbook talks about is a freemium model. So this has grown in popularity since the 2010s and means giving part of the product or service for free to attract customers to pay. So Spotify, Pandora for music streaming, different Hulu isn't necessarily free. I believe students can get Hulu for free or for $5 a month. But we know that if you get Spotify or Pandora for free, you have limited service. You have to listen to ads. If you pay for it, you never have to listen to ads. You get more customization. And Hulu is a similar thing. They have different levels. So the cheapest level of Hulu, you watch ads. And if you're willing to pay more money for Hulu, you can get ad-free content. Another example of freemium is to do 7 and 14-day trials. Try our product for free, and then you're going to find out that you like it so much that you're willing to pay for it. Okay. This book also talks about global strategy and how globalization brings challenges into our digital marketing, because not every message meets the culture and language within every single different kind of culture and area. Some messages do not translate well in other countries. Some, as we talked about in a previous chapter, colors have different meaning. So there are different colors that are accepted in different countries, or where colors are very important. White and red being some of the huge customers, but how cultural differences, beliefs, religious differences, manners, lifestyle, geographic differences, and our marketing in that. You know, we're here in the Midwest right now, it's winter, where in other parts of the globe, they're actually in their summer months right now. So they're having summer where we're having winter. Places that get snow, don't get snow, wouldn't want products that you need for snow, like heavy coats and gloves and mittens and stuff like that. So understanding a lot more than just the cultural differences, but also what is different about these different countries and how does it make the marketing message and the products they're willing to purchase. Payment methods also differ. Some countries are going to be less likely to accept credit cards. Other countries might have payment systems other than PayPal. And so when you set up your online marketplace, thinking about, am I only going to accept credit cards? Am I going to accept credit cards and PayPal and Venmo? What different kinds of payment strategies am I going to accept in order to have a digital presence in various countries? Language is important. Okay. Some brand names and some marketing content is offensive when translated into another language. A message may seem relatively harmful until you see it translated in a different language. We'll look at some of these in class on Thursday. And then using different alphabets is also a challenge. So needing to make sure that our marketing can accommodate how different languages have different alphabets. Okay. Then we look at our brand, and there are several chapters in this book where we talk about brand. We talked about brand in chapter 1 and 2, and it carries on into chapter 3, and we're going to talk about it again in many other chapters. It's just very important that we are communicating our marketing brand at all times, especially when we get into digital marketing. It can be tempting to explore different styles and different color palettes, get into emojis and different kind of digital media. However, we need to make sure that we're still communicating our brand. And so many companies have brand design guidelines for digital and non-digital advertising, such as a specific color palette that you need to use, logo guidelines, guidelines about what fonts you used in advertising, and how we work on different devices. Not only that, but different types of media have different rules about what size your digital media is. You know, if you're having to fit into a square on Twitter, or if you need a rectangle for a Facebook or a LinkedIn banner, and how the different positioning and different sizes. Okay. Then vision. Vision, as the textbook talks about, is your company's personality. So how you present the company online. And it talks a little bit about how it's tempting to be a little bit different in your company's online presence than you are in a non-online presence. And they really caution against that and that comes back to the brand. Like, don't try to be something you're not just to gain followers. It's important that you stay true to your vision, stay true to your mission and your brand. Okay? We always want to link back to that to tell the same story about our organization all the time. Okay? Culture. So we talked about the different cultures that we get in different countries. Each company has its own culture. Okay? And the culture can be everything from how we lay out our office, if we allow our employees to work remotely, what is our hiring policy, what's our vacation policy, how do we encourage employees to grow and be leaders and be innovative. And all of that culture from a company also stems back to what is our vision, what is our mission, what story are we trying to put out to our potential customers. That affects our digital marketing strategy. Are we ambitious? Are we going to put ourselves out there, really get out there, or are we risk adverse? So when we look into moving into digital marketing, we're very cautious and we move into the safe areas of digital marketing that have already been explored and researched. Do we do focused business paid ads, or do we really just try to engage our customers on different social media platforms? Okay, then innovation. So one thing that this book really stresses and you need to really remember is innovation is not just technological innovation. Okay, technology is usually what we think of when we think about innovating, but innovation can be new processes. Innovation can be doing things different than we have before. And how do we encourage our employees to be creative and to come up with new ideas and to come to us with those ideas, that, and how then do we implement those ideas or give them room to grow those ideas into an actual strategy? And research and insight. Of course, research is important, especially in the area of online marketing. There is so much information out there about our customers' behavior, where our customers go and when, how much time a customer spends online, how much money a customer spends online, how much time they spent on our website, how many people click through a pay-per-click ad, how many people search for our website on Google. As I said, in about 2 weeks, we're going to do a Google Analytics project where we're going to play with the Google Analytics of a website. And you can see all of the types of information that you can get from a customer. And that's just the information that Google stores about, which website, which web page did they go to, which page, second page did they go to, how long did they spend on each page, how did they find you, did they click through an ad, did they Google you and then touch a link on your Google. Or we can also do qualitative research. So all of that kind of data is called quantitative research. Quantitative research is our numerical research or our statistical research. I guess we move on to the next slide for that. So qualitative research is what we get from focus groups, from asking our customers specifically, from doing research studies with open-ended questions where people can write in different answers. And then quantitative research is the numerical information that we get. So that's when we're looking for statistical information, what percentage of customers click through and then purchase, but all of the things that we're trying to understand about our customers, their buying patterns, their interests, how much money they spend during each visit. Do different marketing strategies generate more customer conversions than others? and then our key performance indicators, or KPIs. We're going to talk in chapter 19 just about these key performance indicators and which kind of measurements specifically we're looking at. So we just generally talk about KPIs in this chapter. But we can measure a lot of different things. How many customers order a month? How much money do customers order a month? Do customers fill out reviews saying that they're satisfied or not satisfied? What are our monthly sales? What's our monthly profit margin? How much do we pay per month for conversion through pay-per-click advertising? Have we found that Bing ads are actually more bang for their buck than Google ads, for example? This is an example of a generic digital marketing strategy. So we start with, what is the objective of our business? What are our mission, our vision, our culture, our products? Who are we trying to get to? And then from there, we set our marketing objectives. So if we're a company that, say we sell dishes and kitchenware, we're going to want to, our marketing objectives are not going to be to, maybe advertise on TikTok to teenagers and trying to get teenagers or young adults. We want an older market that already owns a house that is looking for those kind of things. We might be high-end kitchen products and we're looking for people with expendable income that own their own house, and we're encouraging them to come buy our very expensive cookware. So what are those marketing objectives? How do they tie into our business objectives? How are we going to measure whether or not we met those objectives? So what are the quantitative pieces? So instead of just saying we want to increase our market share, well, by how much? Are we looking to increase our market share by 2%? Or are we more ambitious and we're looking for a 10% increase in marketing share? And then after we design our market strategy, we implement it, and then we measure and collect data on how effective it was, look through those analytics, and use those analytics to improve our next marketing strategy to be better as we move forward. So how do we structure a digital marketing strategy? Well, we can see that it's this continuous circle. So again, where we create the strategy based on where we are now and where we want to be, and then we measure, were we successful with that marketing strategy? And do we continue to do the things that were successful? And we evaluate the things that weren't successful and look at how to change them to make them more successful in the future. As we go through, we're going to talk about, go through this semester, we're going to talk about these different components. So we're going to talk about web analytics and key performance indicators and the segmentation and targeting and positioning. We talked about that a little bit. Our marketing mix. So do we do TV advertising and Facebook ads and Instagram and have web banners and Google ads? And how much money do we spend on each one of those strategies? Okay, so that is chapter 3. It was a very broad highlight of all of the things that have to be considered as we're building a marketing strategy. So we have to think about who our customer is, where we're going to find that customer, what kind of messaging that customer responds to, and how we research and measure whether or not our messaging is